Hello, everybody. Sorry, I couldn't resist. I had Karen of Borg up on the screen, and I just thought, hello once again. And we are going back into Lieutenant Stonks of the USS T6 Oberth Wen, which is a Oberth class. Yes, I am one of those insane people who wants the T6 Oberth. Please, Cryptic, give us the T6 Oberth. I want my war canoe. Okay, so tonight's stream, we are going to jump back into our Delta recruit for Federation side. Now then, I watched back some of previous night's stream, and I do apologize for the quality of my voice. I'm using a Logitech headset, and unfortunately, I've done what I can in OBS Studio to minimize the noise. So again, I apologize if you cannot stand the crustiness of the voice, but I have tried. I'll endeavor to do my best on that. I may even look into getting one of those boom mics that other streamers may use, but also got some good pointers. I should not rely heavily on what chat is saying. So I will try to get out of that mentality. I am new to this. I am nervous as hell, but I'm excited to do this. So, make us go. You know, for a game that's been around for 11 years, you know, Star Trek Online holds up well. I am aware that there's faults in the game, but for something that was previously a subscription and went free to play, you can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. So yes, previously on Star Trek Online Z, we were just accepted the Diplomatic Orders mission to grab an ambassador from Vulcan and take him to Pajem, which was first seen in Enterprise. And it was also the first episode that featured sexy Shran. Yes, I do think that Shran is sexy, even though I am a straight male.
Sacrificed so much to secure peace with the Klingons. I bear the responsibility for the consequences to him and his crew. A thought that troubles me to this day. The hope was that this alliance would last forever. It did not. The Klingons have chosen war. The Federation is doing its utmost to protect its borders and the billions of innocents who call this space home. But I fear that this conflict may be our undoing.
Yeah, one other thing as well, I don't like to talk when there's dialogue happening on screen because some people may like it and others may not, but I've opted to forego talking over what's being said in game. So arrived at the Vulcan system. I took the liberty of contacting the ambassador's aide when we arrived. Tapella says the ambassador has certain arrangements that he prefers when traveling. She would like to go over them with you. Would like to put me on the main V screen. Yes.
Greetings. Thank you for agreeing to escort the ambassador to Pajem. Ambassador Sokath is currently attending a ritual to honor the end of the Kalrek holiday. He will be done soon, but the ambassador is hesitant to use transporter technology. His bias against the transporters is not logical, but I have come to accept it.
She's doing an excellent job of talking without moving her lips. Ventriloquists.
I believe that Sokath would be much more comfortable traveling by shuttlecraft. I have received clearance for you to land near the ambassador's location. I look forward to meeting you in person.
We really need more shuttle missions.
Starfleet shuttlecraft. This is Vulcan Orbital Control. You are cleared to land at the requested coordinates. Welcome to Vulcan. Please enjoy your stay.
Ambassador Zeta waiting for you at the temple at the top of this rise. You can speak to them and find out if the ambassador needs anything else from us before we depart for Pajem. You know, for a social zone, I think this is a social zone. I wish that they would eventually give it a lick of paint like they did for Kronos and DS9. I mean, the DS9 social map, that is just bueno. I think I read somewhere as well that it was like a last minute thing that someone did. It was like a labor of love because Victorio's Life was the big update that they introduced the new DS9 map, and it was just such a perfect expansion. Muy bueno. Perfect. Captain, I regret to inform you that we have come to an impasse in completing your mission. Allow me to explain. As you know, Pajem is sacred to the Vulcans, yada yada yada. Strictly prohibited. Ordinarily, this does not present any difficulty, but Savan, the leader of the order that maintains the monastery, excuse me, has chosen this one to illogically refuse to grant Ambassador Soka permissions to meet with the abbot of Pajem. Wait. The ambassador has considered going to the council to request that they overrule Sarin, but the process will take time and he simply does not have. If the ambassador is unable to complete his journey to Pajem now, he'll have to delay it until after the trade conference at QUADRANT is complete. And that could take weeks. For a bunch of people who embrace logic, they are impatient, aren't they? Ambassador, I'm afraid, has spent too much time off world. I've seen it change him. Excuse me. His interactions with other species have grown easier. No, I think I'm just going to skip narrating the dialogue. I just speak my mind.
Peace and long life. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors? Sarketh accuses me of abandoning logic, but he is the one refusing to explain his reasons for wanting to go to Pajem. The planet is sacred. Our ancestors walked those paths. They found understanding and serenity in its quiet. When I am at Pajem, I feel more at peace than any place else in the galaxy. Pajem has been touched by outside influences in the past. The Federation is at war. Now more than any other time, we must protect this refuge.
Touched by outside influences. Well, if you didn't have a listening station there in the first place centuries ago, oh snap!
Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors? I will permit it if you will pledge to me, on your honor as a Starfleet officer, that you will protect Pajem from harm. Soketh says his reasons for wanting to speak to the abbot are private. I will accept that, but only if you are with him. I know I can trust Starfleet. Please, protect Pajem from any who would violate its sanctity.
Yeah, you got it, pal.
Welcome to Vulcan. Do you have any questions?
Nope, no questions. We can go now.
Excellent. Our departure has been delayed long enough by the whims of one man. I am prepared for the journey and can leave immediately.
God, so impatient. Alright, let's go. I said let's go, come on. So yeah, speaking of the liquor paint that some areas have gotten. I wonder what else they could do on Vulcan. Maybe up the textures, or just completely scrap the map, build anew. Maybe just update the textures, probably.
Starfleet shuttlecraft, we have logged your flight trajectory, and you are cleared for departure. Live long and prosper.
All right, let's go.
Your inventory has a replicator that will allow you to buy and sell items. Press I to open your inventory. Click on Replicator to access your store. You can purchase common items from the replicator.
Yeah, replicator, it's not something I use a terrible hell of a lot. Only if I'm doing colony missions in the quadrants. Handy for getting those items for colony relocations. But I typically don't use it for recycling stuff. I typically go to a vendor on either ESE or DS9 and sell all my stuff there unless I salvage it. That way you get just a little bit more EC. May not be much, but it adds up. I think it's my mum or what? I think it's my mum who says it, or my nan who said it, but look after the pennies and the pounds will look after themselves. Yeah, scanning an unknown energy pattern on no birth. What could go wrong? Spoke too soon?
This is Captain Katak to all Klingon vessels. Target their warp drive. There will be no escaping our vengeance this time.
Here we go. Klingon ships versus an Oberth, the rematch.
Target's shields have failed.
And get wrecked. War Canoe 1, Klingons, zilch.
Cease your fire, Captain. Perhaps today is a day for words. My fellow captains were blinded by our vengeance toward the shapeshifter aboard your vessel. They have died with honor. But if I am to die this day, then I would prefer to regale the halls of Stovalkor with the tale of that foul creature's death. Ha! So even the mighty Federation has been fooled by the beast. Your guest from Vulcan is not as he or she seems, Captain. They are an Undine. They put on a false face and try to control us, but we Klingons know better. We will hunt them down until the last of these honorless dogs dies screaming.
You know, who came up with calling species 8472 Undine? You know, it's creative, but I prefer species 8472. It has that little bit more mystique to the name.
Proof? Ah! Allow me to stick a blade in its belly while I look it in the eye while it dies. That should be proof enough, even for Starfleet. If you wish the honor of the kill yourself, then it is yours to have. So long as the Undine dies, I will meet my death with eyes wide open and victory in my heart. I await your decision. Close hailing frequencies.
Alright, gang. Emergency meeting. We gotta know if the ambassador's sus or not. Boom, 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 boom. Was encountered by the crew of Voyager. Ah yes, wrong way, Janeway, and the Delta Quad. I mean, they could have easily have held off the Kazon for a good while they repaired the caretaker's array, set a, I don't know, got all their photon torpedoes into the array with all the shuttle's warp cores and stuff, rigged it to blow after they use it. Boom. Boom, easy.
My patience is growing thin, Captain. If you lack the stomach to slay the beast aboard your vessel, then any Klingon here would gladly do it for you. I'd hate for you to stain that pretty Starfleet uniform with Undine blood.
Chopsy little sod, didn't he?
Then the beast is slain? Makka! Very good. Perhaps you've the heart of a warrior after all. Let me look upon our enemy, and tonight we will dine together as warriors and drink to the honored dead.
Captain, I take my meditations very seriously. Why have I been summoned to the bridge?
Accused, accuser, accuser, accused.
Alive? You're a fool, Captain! Strike now before it's too late! You want proof? Then lower your shields and allow me to beam over. Once the Undine's blood coats my blade, you'll see it for what it truly is. A Grint hound in Tark's clothing.
There's no need, Captain. The situation is not difficult to unravel. My concern lies in the logic of you entertaining this Klingon's meritless claim. A most illogical conclusion. Allow us to examine the facts, Captain. You have a crippled Klingon vessel, whose captain has made unsubstantiated claims that I am an Undine, a species that is known to both the Federation and the Klingon Empire as a considerable threat. Potentially, but only if a great many other factors were to be true. Is it not much more likely that the Klingons have, in the face of defeat, instead sought to exploit Starfleet's desire for peaceful resolutions to conflict in order to repair their vessel and renew their assault?
So basically they're using the Worf tactic of using guile and cunning.
A true warrior strikes without mercy, Captain. I only hope to teach you this lesson personally before the Undine does. We may not be able to best your vessel, but a Klingon knows many roads to victory.
No, I would not like to join.
My vengeance for now, but I can still ruin its plans here at Pajem.
Sorry, mate, I am not joining any rando fleets. I'm going to be putting this tune into one of the fleets I'm in, sub-fleets. So if anyone's watching this and they send me random fleet invites, I appreciate the gesture, but I'm gonna have to respectfully decline. So I chat up. But hey, I'll accept friend invites, just if you happen to see me in stream or in game, whatever, you want to shoot me a friend invite, by all means, do some TFOs. Have fun,
A wise precaution. Though I admit I am eager to see my people safe.
Sorry, just grabbing a quick
I will
drink.
await word before the monastery is secured. And Captain, let not my journey here be for naught.
Okay, why is it repeating? That was weird. Alright, let's just Leroy Jenkins it. Overkill much? She's dead, Jim. No, I get what they were saying on the cryptic streams for 10 Forward Weekly. Is that it's Star Trek Online is sort of like a sandbox game for you to, you know, make your own story. But an awful lot of the in-game content, it's like genocide everywhere. Shoot these ships, blow up that ship. Now, it's very rare that there's like missions or whatever that will involve no shooting of any kind. So that's why I like the First Contact Day rocket thing. I mean, it doesn't involve any shooting or anything, no space genocide. Just peaceful, you know?
I have terrible news. Vulcan security forces have discovered the body of Ambassador Soket. They have determined that he was killed by a phaser blast at short range. His remains were discovered in a stasis chamber hidden in a cavern beneath the Ambassador's residence. The Ambassador on your ship, the one that I have been working for, is an imposter.
Dun dun dun!
You need to be very careful. This imposter was able to fool Soket's closest associates for months. He is crafty and very patient. Now that he has been discovered, he will be dangerous.
So, if I were a Romulan character, I could easily say that his ambassador was a fake. Ooh, excuse me, I just burped a little.
Such emotion on your face. I see now my deception has been exposed. Pity. Capturing the abbot so we could replace him as well would have been beneficial. But we are strong. We will prevail. You are weak, and the weak shall perish.
You one ugly mother. Wasn't there meant to have been a chase there? Could have sworn there was meant to have been a chase.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
What's that? Huh. Alrighty then. It's another Enterprise.
Target shields have failed.
I didn't always used to take this long to finish off this ship, did it? Come on, explode already. Thank you.
Ultimately want to keep fluidic space free from outside influence. When Catherine Janeway first encountered them in the Delta Quadrant, she promised we would stay away, and we held to our end of the bargain until the Undine sent agents to infiltrate our governments. But the Undine only sent those agents because the Iconians fooled them into thinking we were invading fluidic space first. We were both deceived. This is a tragic series of misunderstandings that has led to wars and countless deaths. And it's all the Iconians' fault. They used the Undine to destabilize our alliances and set the stage for their invasion.
Okay, dude. Spoilers for future missions.
This is Captain LaForge of the USS Challenger.
Yay!
Glad to see we made it here in time to lend you a hand. Perhaps you'll return the favor someday. LaForge out.
Geordie for the win. Alrighty, half hour in, and I've just done the mission. Let's carry on.
The ambassador was an Undine?
A
I'm
big
afraid
shocker,
their
dude.
infiltration of the Federation goes much deeper than we realized. Who knows what kind of havoc they could create?
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Okay, let's check the Tesseract item doohickey thingy-ma-jigger. Stranded in space? Is that a tutorial mission? Oh, no, it's okay. So that gives me marks. Oh, hi, marks. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to invest heavily in the Discovery rep when it becomes accessible. Or do I want to invest in competitive? Because getting those devices is going to be a real pain in the neck. I don't even bother with those engines much unless I'm on my main. Yeah, I go for Discovery because the three-piece space weapon set, you're going to want the three-piece weapon set.
I've received a report there is a Bolian freighter that is overdue arriving at Earth space dock. It may need assistance.
But that's it, you're not even going to give us more backstory gubbins. Alright. Let's punch it. Ba, 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 ba.
To any ships in range, this is Dana Brott of the transport SS Azura. Please help. Warp core containment field down. Radiation flooding ship. Communications and life support failing. Cannot eject warp core. Need immediate evacuation and assistance. Please help us.
Yeah, hold your horses. Oh. Hello, Talria. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Let's see what you say in chat. Sounds like we might actually see a T6 over this year, which removes another from the list that we thought might never actually happen. Suppose that leaves a Nova as the next oldest on folks' lists. Well, I have seen that tweet with the supposed T6 birth. I'm hoping that was not an April Fool's joke. I want that T6 birth. In fact, I may actually send a screenshot of this ship with the ship name and send it over to Kale, Ambassador Kale, for the artwork and submissions for the next 10 Forward Weekly. Just for giggles. But yes, thank you for joining to the stream, Talria. Hope you're having a good time and I hope you're enjoying the stream. Imagine he would find it amusing. Yep. And again, pretty much every 10 Forward Weekly, it's always T6 Oberth when. And again, I am partly responsible for some of those, so.
Please help. We're being pursued by Orion raiders. Crew injured. Taking heavy fire. Dropping out of warp near your coordinates. Need immediate evacuation and assistance. Please help us.
Damn, Orions are doing some major deeps on that ship. Oh, explosion magnet? You mean your birth? Oh, come on, don't diss the war canoe, man. Lady, I don't know what your gender is, so think gender neutral pronouns. Pal, I'm gonna go with pal. Don't diss the war canoe, pal. I got a base? Yes, I do. Why that wasn't down there, I don't know. Walkadoo for the win.
Captain, I'm concerned about the radiation on the Azura. She might have some damage to the warp core, but our sensors can't pick up enough to determine exactly what you'll find over there. I'm sure I can send you and the away team to the ship safely, but getting you back might be a problem until the Azura's critical damage is repaired. Step on the transporter pad when you're ready to go, and be careful, sir.
Beam, make us go. Ship tends to use on my hot. Well, I actually had the T1 Oberth and the Nova for free. I think I entered a giveaway code or something. I got the code for free. I can't remember from where. And I never actually had a chance to use them, so using the Oberth now. Find unusual tech. That's the Delta mission here. Stop jumping around. Science career required. Damn it, man, I'm an engineer, not a doctor. Well, I see a lot of people streaming, and they always make it so easy. I'm just hoping that I can sort of provide good content. And there are times when I'm very quiet, and against nerves. Oh, I don't think so, bub. Let's see, it's one of my early sea salt purchases. How early are we talking? Are we talking beta early or? You know what it says? We're rescuing survivors top priority, and yet what are we doing? Looting. Oh yeah, sure. Throw a grenade at someone who's dying on the floor, why don't you? Dang it, iguana boy. Well, if you had if you went lifetime in the game's early days, then you would have been raking in the Zen right about now. And again, you also would have seen the early Zen Dill exchange rates, which I am very jealous of. Plus, you probably played the Foundry, didn't you? So jealous. There it is.
The alloys used in this device are normally only found in the Delta Quadrant. We know that the Iconians have gateways that allow them to go anywhere they wish. It would be reasonable to assume that they have had influence in the Delta Quadrant as well.
Yeah, I recently got the lifetime sub as well. When it was half price. A bit pricey, but you know, I like the game. I want to support the devs. Although, should I activate the lifetime stuff on this tune?
We hit an Orion ambush on our way to K7. We lost our weapons almost immediately, and then we took a direct hit near engineering. Our warp engine's magnetic antimatter containment field failed. We had no choice but to drop shields and use the power to try to stabilize the containment field. As soon as the shields were down, Orions boarded the ship. I'll never let those green pirates have the Azura. Please, take my crew to safety. I'll keep trying to stabilize the warp core. If I'm lucky, I can buy you some time.
You know, I got a couple of liberated Borg alts myself. So, you know, I got a. It's just that the Romulan Delta aligned with the KDF. She's liberated Romulan. Liberated Romulan? Liberated Borg. And I also have a regular liberated Borg on Fed side, which you missed seeing at the start of the stream, unless you were quiet. The infamous Karen of Borg. Warp core make us go. Alrighty then. Let's get out of here. Get to the chopper! No! Gonna get to the chopper! I'll be back. Help! Don't do any quotes, Gaff. I can't do that. She's dead, Jim.
It is no surprise that the cowardly Orions cannot even handle raiding a freighter. But their call for assistance has given us a chance for glorious combat.
Glorious. Mate, it's as though I had the high ground and you're Anakin. We see the lips move, but we hear no speech. Speaking of speech, the fact that my Pac-Lid tune is able to communicate fluently through subtitles. If there's no in-game explanation for that, I'm just going to make up my own. Let's see. The Pac-Lids can actually communicate properly. They just put on the we look for things to make us go mentality to lure people into a false sense of security. They're basically trolls. Well, not as in the fantasy sense, more like lol, troll kind of troll. Yeah, that's my in-game headcanon. Take a quick swig from my bottle. When doing things, gotta keep hydrated, guys, girls, however you identify. This is not an inclusive stream, everyone's welcome.
Leave now if you know what's good for you, Starfleet. We are taking this ship, her crew, and her cargo.
Bite me. Okay, let's just take a minute here. A Negvar class ship, first introduced just before or around the Dominion War, got wrecked by a war canoe. Yep, makes sense.
Many thanks. If it hadn't been for you and your crew, I would have lost my ship and my life. I'm in your debt. I'm setting a course to Earth space dock for repairs. If I see you at Club 47, the drinks are on me. I think I might even have a few bottles of Tranya in the cargo hold.
Ah, cheers, but well, my drink's a Newcastle Brown, thanks very much. Although for our non-Welsh viewers, butt is a term that we use for, you know, like buddy, pal, dude, dudette. Don't think of it as like a thing that we're calling you a butt or whatever. Well, you know what I mean. I hope. I really make sense to myself these days. Punch it. Oh, that was a good stretch. I can hear my back click. Oh. God, that was a good stretch. Always had a similar thought with the Miranda surviving the Vega colony assault. Well, before we had the in-game trait from the medical worker flight deck carrier from the Discovery Enterprise, I would say that we had plot armor. It still tickles me that that trait is actually called plot armor.
Well done. You saved that crew just in time.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
You have just earned your first skill
What?
point. Click here
What?
to learn more.
better puns recently. Yeah. All right. Well, I have a lot of tunes focused on tactical. I'm gonna have this one focused on hull stuff because I'm gonna try and build this tune as a tank. Fabrication turrets. Turret fabrication, whatever. Alright, let's equip our new stuffs. Need more core to make us go. Shields. Okay, you get a shield upgrade. You get a shield upgrade. You can heal. Give us some extra hypos. Hopefully that won't backfire on me. Excuse me for 1 second. Sorry about that. I had to mute the microphone. I had a burp come in. I don't understand why these two are back to front. I mean, diplomatic orders comes before stranded in space. Why it's back to front, I don't know, but hey, it works. Well, lucky for me, it didn't actually get glitched out in the tutorial like I appeared reports of, so there's that. Alright, next on our to-do list. Ah yes, the Gorn.
Starfleet has lost contact with the Federation science station in the Kasei system. Because all communications from Kasei 2 must be boosted by a satellite that compensates for Metreon isotopes prevalent in the system. It may be that the communications array is in need of repair. Please make the necessary repairs to the communications array and re-establish contact with the science station.
Okay, I'm just gonna go there the normal way. I'm not gonna transwarp because I want to have time to talk about something. Now then, I first started playing Star Trek Online when it first came out on console, which is around, what, 2016, I think? Roundabouts then. Now, I have played the missing missions that were taken out from the Klingon Warzone arc. And yeah, I've done a lot more content involving fighting Gorns and Klingons. I think at one point you were fighting augmented Klingon, augmented Gorn as well. Now, I was gutted that those missions were taken out when I defected and went on to PC, but I really hope those missions do come back soon.
Hidden dangers lurk in space, and the threat of Klingon attack has made even the most stout-hearted reconsider their choice to travel throughout the stars. A last-ditch effort to find a common ground could end this conflict, but there are many who oppose peace.
Yeah, never talk over the late Nimoy. There's like some crazy plot points in the early missions. I know, right? I mean, the dude responsible for the augments, the augmented Gorn, I think it was like a relative of Khan. And Maral Paris, daughter of Tom Paris and Blana Torres from Voyager. You know, she props up in the early game as as a major character, and involving revisiting the Kuvamar storyline from Voyager. And there was a brilliant mission that involved the Guardian of Forever. Oh, man, that was a good mission. And spoiler alert for Discovery Season 3. With the reintroduction of the Guardian of Forever in Discovery, you know, we gotta have those missions back, man. Gotta. You know, plus they had dialogue from the late Nimoy as well, specifically for that mission. And all right, they may have been dated, but personally, I think it was wrong of them to take out the missions. They could have tweaked them a little bit, but to have the late Nimoy do lines and then take out the missions, that's nah, man. Show the game, the full content, like, you know, warts and all. Bring back even. Yeah, there's even some that I never played when it came out on Xbox. Like, I think there was a couple of missions that involved Q, wasn't it? Where he takes you back to the Battle of Wolf 359. And there was even a whole plot point involving Section 31 as well. Q and his son Q. So if anyone from Cryptic happens to be watching this stream at some point in the future on YouTube or something, please, I implore you, please bring back those early missions. Warts and all. Well, I'm gonna make these ships gone with the wind. Will they be gone in 60 seconds? Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. That's it, you're gone. Get blowed up. I got dozens of these. I could go on.
They just stormed in and started shooting.
What happened?
The first sign of trouble was when we lost contact with the communications array. The Gorn beamed in and started shooting. They destroyed our computer core and took thousands of artifacts we spent years collecting. Then, as if destroying decades of archaeological research weren't enough, they started setting fires.
Jokes for what's huge in that space talk chat and nothing. Gorn jokes are always huge, man.
The Gorn. They just stormed in and started shooting. Captain Jean-Luc Picard and the crew of the USS Stargazer discovered ruins from an unknown civilization here almost 60 years ago. The Federation Science Council has been researching the site ever since. It's a fascinating find. There are more than 40 kilometers of catacombs under this facility. We've barely managed to explore a quarter of what we think is here. 2 years ago, we found a star chart in the catacombs that indicated that this civilization had contact with interstellar travelers more than 15,000 years ago. The chart led us to another site on Cassay 4, where we found the most extraordinary artifacts. If we're correct, the race that once lived here may have been an advanced proto-reptilian race.
That's very fascinating, Kim Kardashian.
The Gorn. Not everyone. There are several members of our team still unaccounted for. Please, you must find them. The Gorn destroyed our automated fire suppression system in the initial attack. You will find fire suppression devices on the walls that you can use to fight the fires. I'm coming with you, Captain. There's too much at stake, and I know this project.
Oh, steak. I could go for some steak right now. Big, fat, juicy steak. Rare. Now, do I need to equip? No, I don't. Okay.
The Klingon invasion was a blow to Gorn self-determination and identity.
Oh yeah, X-Gorn, give it to you. I really hope someone manages to do a mod for the Resident Evil 2 remake and swaps out Mr. X for Gorn. Because Mr. X, Gorn, give it to you. I may stream Resident Evil 2 remake at some point. I still try to figure out a schedule. I think I'll dedicate weekends to Star Trek Online and open up other days of the week for other games. I'm thinking Fridays could be like retro games from Nintendo, Super Nintendo era.
Are the Gorn's attempt to reclaim their
Got plenty of games I can do for that. Maybe Modern Wednesday. I could play modern games like Resident Evil remakes, Jurassic World Park Builder thingy. What's it called?
I guess when one of your leaders turns out to be a shapeshifter, though, it damages your sense of trust.
What do you guys think? Open questions to chat and people watching this on VOD. Just comment in chat or leave a comment down below what I should do with the schedule wise. There's no Delta items over here. Schedules are quite important to build a community. Oh yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm going to try to stick to the 10 PM UK time for Star Trek Online for the weekends. Man, I've really put myself on the spot now, haven't I?
There's another research team on Kasei 4, involved in a dig at a promising site. Given what the Gorn have done here, I'd imagine that team is in trouble. Captain, we have to check on them. If the Gorn have taken over the dig site, the researchers could be captives. Or worse.
Okay, beam me up before you go. Oh wait, they launch mines. I forgot Gorn like to use the mines. Go away. Shoot. While I'm beaming down, I've got to take tablets.
This is the dig site that our team was working on. They set up several shield generators to help protect the most important artifacts from further damage.
Ugh.
There's a small encampment under the shield dome. The Gorn probably came in and took over everything.
Oh, I hate those tablets. Ugh. Tastes like feet.
If we disable the shield generators, we may be able to get inside and rescue the other archaeologists. Look up. You can see the shield generator beams. We can follow those to find the controllers and turn off the system.
Okay, so we got a Delta item in the area somewhere.
Shield power is dropping. What is going on?
The team here found remnants of a precursor civilization that may be a relative of the Gorn. Our understanding of Gorn evolution is woefully inadequate. Are they even offspring of the Preservers? The Gorn territorial claims aren't entirely without merit, but they would displace billions of people. A diplomatic solution could help to save Gorn heritage without disrupting Federation colonies.
You know, this is the wrong mission, but trees here, they got me thinking. Predator. Hell of a movie.
More fluctuations. Increase the power to the shields.
Whoops, misclick. No, I think I'll take some time at ESD to sort out a little bit of Space Barbie. Maybe go for a different uniform. Space Barbie's one of the most important things. Oh yeah, it's not just end game stuff, it's beginning game stuff. You know, you gotta make your tunes and your buffs stand out. You know, whoever coined the phrase Space Barbie for Stowe, I want to buy them a beer. Okay, I just realized that captain name has to be a joke. Captain Snake. That's just been a joke.
There's no sign of the other team.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere. I gotta find that Delta doohickey. anyone can point me in the right direction for the Delta thingy-ma-jig, that would be great. I mean, we've got a floating lump of rock here, which is totally not broken. What is it? And we got another one. Tricorder's pointing back to the dead person. If I could spend about half hour or the rest of the stream finding this one thing, I'm going to be very upset. Okay, can't go that far. There you are.
This might be just what we need to be able to access the Iconian Gateway network. Until we're able to stop the Iconians and their heralds from appearing wherever they want, there's no place in this galaxy that will be safe from them.
Okay, we can beam out now.
There's no sign of the other team. The Gorn must be holding them captive elsewhere.
You are meddling in affairs you do not understand. This system was the home of our ancestors. It belongs to the Gorn by ties of blood and conquest.
Alright, calm down now, little noodle.
We will not allow grave robbers and thieves to desecrate hallowed ground without punishment. Prepare for death.
Warning, ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Not for early game stuff, I do love the tachyon beam. Oh, another good stretch. Oh, God.
If the archaeological sites in the Kasei system really are from a Proto-Gorn culture, we will have to weigh carefully the knowledge we gain versus what the Gorn claim to be their own history. The Federation Science Council has a lot to consider. For now, though, I'm glad the researchers are safe. Good work.
Okay, so I'm more comfortable with beams.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Okay, back to ESD. Okay, so here's what we're going to do with the veterans bonuses you get with the lifetime sub. I'm only going to claim the fireworks. I'm not going to claim the EV suit because that would be cheesing it a little bit for missions where I need an EV suit. Much like my no T6 rule until endgame. Oh, with that said, claim. Alright, let's sell off some of our junk and get to Space Barbie. Or as we Brits over here had, Space Cindy. Spelled with a C. Or was it an S? No, Cindy with an S. That's what it was. Wait a minute. Someone needs a phaser. Okay, you can have the phaser. You can have shields because you got good ones. You can have that. Okay, everything's in order. I'll have the turret, please. Could talk to him, or I could go over here. Okay. Let's change the uniform. Could go for one of the old Terry's ones. But they just look so damn ugly. Ugh. Not Admiral yet. Could go for Disco. Intel. On a pack lid. The Jupiter ones do look nice, but I gotta buy those. Jupiter Veteran. Nah. Honestly, long jacket. Wait, when did I get this? I'm not feeling that. Not in the Alliance yet, so I'm not going to go with that. Picard one does look pretty nifty. It's a good uniform, but I suppose I could wear the skirt. Yeah, I'm gonna go with $23.99. Okay, can I have different hairstyles? I think you look better with the hawk. Wait a sec. Okay, so we got the Picard com badge. When did I unlock that? So weird. Regular com badge. All right, let's change our hairstyle because that is just like. Ugh. So it did update the hairstyles and then some. It's only logical that I speak to the manager. Yeah. I'm just going to go with long version 2. Go. Nice. Hold on. There we are. That's something I've noticed with the ship tailors, that sometimes they'll just go to like a preset, but if you go out and then go back in, it'll change it. So, oh yeah, I didn't opt for that one. I'll look to stone. I do like the veteran skin. Yeah, yeah, I'm happy. Okay, space bar be done. So, beat me up inside. Can't beat 'em up. Beat me up inside. Beat me. Right, so I can't sing. So what? Reminds me of a funny story. Years ago, cousin's wedding. He made the unfortunate mistake of having a karaoke machine with the... What the... Ah, someone's Nebula. That's what it was. Yeah, my cousin, several years ago, made the mistake of having a karaoke machine with the DJ for the reception. And me being me, I love karaoke, even though I am completely tone deaf. So at the time, you know, I've been watching a heck of a lot of Family Guy. You can probably see where this is going. So I get up and start singing Surfing Bird pretty damn badly, to the point where I pretty much chased my sister out of the hall. I mean, my singing's not that bad, is it? Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird, 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 bird. Bird is the word, bird, bird, bird. Well, the bird is the word, bird, bird, bird. The bird is the word, bird, bird. Bird is the word. Guy doing the set. Bird is the word. My cousin just got hitched. The bird is the word. People listen to the stream. The bird is the word. Don't you know about the bird? Well, everybody knows that the bird is the word. I'll stop now. Okay, let's do another one.
Commander Burgess, Starfleet Intelligence. There's something I'd like you to look into. It could change the course of the war in our favor. We have intel suggesting that the Klingons are operating a secret weapons facility in the Hiromi cluster. We also believe the base is under the command of Ambassador Bavat, a controversial figure in Klingon politics. I'd like you to get to the truth of the matter, and soon. To that end, I'm sending one of my top agents to join you on the mission. I think you'll find Lieutenant Van Zyl to be a very capable officer. Don't hesitate to seek her counsel in the field. Proceed to the Briar Patch and find out what the Klingons are up to. If there are any weapons there, you are to deactivate or destroy them. And should you encounter the ambassador, do bring him in. I'd like a word.
I'm sorry, but did he just say cluster and officer?
Admiral Quinn says you're the right officer for this job.
Because that is quite possibly the most atrocious British accent I've ever heard. And I should know, I'm a master of terrible accents. The Riker maneuver, is that where he puts his leg over the back of the chair to sit down? Yeah, we're gonna have to go slow. And the thing from Insurrection with the joystick. Give me manual control! And I'll flip in. What was it? Sidewinder? Oh, not Sidewinder. Great. What's that brand of fight stick? Can't think. You know, a good while back, I actually tried playing this with a fight stick. Not the best idea. Not the best idea I had. And this is coming from someone who tried to do a Corfez run in an Oberth, for crying out loud. Oh, they've made us. Come on, get a little closer. Oh, you sneaky little sod. Oh yeah, Chivo. There we are. Get wrecked, know your place. That's not kind of a douchebag thing to say, know your place. I do apologize. Yeah, no, up to no good. Causing some trouble in this neighborhood. These Klingons are about to get into one little fight. They're gonna get scared. And the mom's gonna tell them that they're going to live with their aunt and their uncle in a town called Bel Air. I've completely buggered up the lyrics on that. Looks like evasive maneuvers actually does work in the Briar Patch. God, so much red is playing hell on my eyes. Smashy, smashy. Oh, God, my eyes. Yeah, if things are on screen that are red for too long, it plays havoc with my eyes. Oh, the uniforms that I've opted for, the Picard uniforms. When are we going to get the so-called older Picard uniforms? One of those funky, weird as heck lines on the shoulders. I'm not a complete fan of that uniform myself, but it has grown on me a little bit. I would like to see them in game. Oh, we got a Delta doohickey.
These will help. The Iconians' advantage against us is their technology, but our researchers have been hard at work to find a way to counter that. We've survived the Borg, we've defeated the Dominion. There's no challenge Starfleet can't overcome.
Thank you. These Klingons have had me designing weapons for them at Disruptor Point. The scientists who finished their research are taken away. We are the only two left.
I'd be happy to tell you what I know, but ask fast. I'm going to the shuttle bay and getting out of here. Vought is the one running this whole operation. I overheard him say he's keeping the Klingon Empire strong by prolonging the war with the Federation. He thinks that unless the Klingons have an enemy on which to focus their energies, they'll fight amongst themselves and tear the Empire apart. Kind of hope he's right.
Imagine we will eventually see lower decks uniforms. Now that brings up a good point, lower decks. They have said on 10 Forward Weekly that they would like to do lower deck stuff, but there's some concern about the look, because originally the duty officers that we had of the lower decks cast, they used the in-game look for them before they replaced it with the animation look, which is fair enough, probably on order from CBS. But I've got a workaround for that for lower decks themed missions. Have characters from lower decks interact with you, the player, through a pad or wall monitor, but they're appearing as their animated self. And much like that lawyer from America, I'm here live. I'm not a cartoon. You know, the filter's stuck. Boom. Issue solved. Best of both worlds. You can have the in-game appearance, have it like take place on a holodeck or something, so you can use the visual effects from the show, and with communication, all right, you may have to have some in-game appearance sort of thing with the lower decks cast, but when you're in the mission, communications through the pad, filter stuck, I'm not a cartoon. Done. Cryptic, I sign off on this, I verbally sign off on this idea, take it, have it, it's yours. If you're worried about legal stuff, don't worry, I'm not going to pursue credit. I am literally giving you the idea. This statement, I constitute as a verbal agreement that you can take this idea. You'd always blame the holodeck too, or VTuber lower decks appearance is not a bad idea through the pad. Exactly. Exactly. Plus, you know, if the idea is a huge hit, it might pave the way for Captain Proton missions. Hint, hint. I want black and white missions where I'm fighting, what's his name, who's in love with Queen Arachnia. And that god-awful cheesy sci-fi robot.
He hasn't let much information slip, but I know that he found some sort of device abandoned in deep space. He wants to use it in an attack so horrible, the people of the Federation will demand that Starfleet take revenge. The fighting will continue for years.
Suppose you're not seeing Proton uniforms in the movie stores. Yeah, again, cryptic. There's an audience here who want Captain Proton content. If you're worried about it not fitting in with the story arc, just place it in the holodeck, you know. Say that the captain is taking some R&R, or been ordered to take some R&R, and you decide, we'll load up one of these holodeck programs. Let's try out this one. The last episode of Captain Proton. Away we go. Again, have that one for free. Verbal statement, legal thing, I don't know. Have the idea, it's yours, Cryptic.
The Klingons are planning something big. They have been forcing us to design weapons. They want improved disruptors and torpedoes for their ships. And some of their demands have been very specific.
Okay, when did these jabronis beam in? How rude. I was talking.
I'd be happy to tell you what I know, but the Klingons are planning. They want a weapon that can punch through solid neutronium, which is impossible. And they keep talking about torpedoes with payloads big enough to destroy a small planet.
Can I just use a bit of R and R? Yeah, space genocide is exhausting. You know, there's too much of the pew-pews and the space magic.
There are prototypes of some of the new weapons in the laboratory here, as well as schematics on the base computers. If I were you, I'd destroy the prototypes and the schematics. Neither side needs that kind of destructive power.
Wait a minute. Isn't there like another computer I gotta search? Oh, the Delta thingy. Then again, I suppose Cryptic could argue that the summer event is the captain's taking a break on Riser, but how about an actual mission where the captain wants to take a break? Positive that's a second. I mean, I'm not going loonier than ever, am I? Oh, just a crate. exploration zones. What are those? Or what were those? See if there was another Delta thing in this mission. Back in the day of Bay's name. Oh, now see, that sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. I would have loved to have played some of that stuff. Well, I think I may have saw something on Reddit about the randomly generated species, like the dynasty of Borg, for example. Okay, I'm not going to beam up just yet because I'm certain that there was another Delta thing here. Positive. That's just a remnant from when they changed it up. Did they beam back in? Yeah, they did. Ahead of their time, even if it was not actually randomly generated. It looks like this already has moved back in 2014. Yeah, see, I'm always late to the party.
These will help. The Iconian.
Right, done that one. Positive there was another one. I had in the mission tracker, like 2. Well, not the mission tracker, the thing on the right-hand side. Why am I pointing at the screen? You can't see my hand. Here. Okay. Now I just need the 2 of them pointing at each other. I can finally make a Transformers reference. We got ourselves a prime problem here. Okay, someone please clip this. considering the age of the game, I'm not even surprised. Same bug that causes two rocks in the delta. Possibly. Then again, we could always get Janeway to do a transporter accident. We can get ourselves a 4-Voc. Get it? 4-Voc, 2-Voc, +2. Not the best joke I've had all night, but give me a try. Well, if you want puns, you should have seen the stream from other night. I was so concerned about the pronunciation of lieutenant, or lieutenant, or right tenant. Yeah, I'm thinking that other Delta thing on the mission listing was probably a remnant from before.
Face to face at last with one of the Federation's greatest officers. I've read much about you, though I'm not as impressed as our intelligence agents are. After all, you were rather easily led to this system by a few well-placed pieces of bait. I've had pet dogs with more sense. I have everything I need from the research station, but I must say, humiliating a Federation war criminal is, as the humans say, an added bonus.
He wants to humiliate Janeway?
Try to stop us if you must. However, I won't think poorly of you if you walk back to Earth with your tail between your legs, there to whimper at your master's feet. You have lost this day. Victory is mine, and mine alone. Kapla!
What sash is that? Is that like an old one?
Warning, ship is under attack. Targeted shields have failed. Warning, ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Excuse me.
I've read the after-action report filed by Lieutenant Van Zyl. Pity we weren't able to apprehend Bavat, but I'm glad we shot that weapons facility down. Nicely done. As for that weapons research the Klingons were conducting, Starfleet has some of our best people analyzing the data you recovered. We'll find out what Bavat and his people were doing there soon enough. There's a lot more intel to analyze, and I suspect we'll be working again soon. Klingons don't tend to think small, and we'll we'll need the best we can get to deal with Bovat and his...
Deal with Bovat and his what? You just drilled off there, burgers. Nope, you're not going to carry on that sense? Oh, okay.
Admiral Quinn says you're the right officer for this job.
Okay, we're just about out of time here tonight. I would like to say thank you all very much for tuning in. Just go. Just finish up a few things here. Alrighty then. Well, we're going to end the stream here tonight. I would like to thank you for tuning in either live or watching the VOD on demand. Thanks so much for tuning in. And if you're a new player or a returning player and you are looking for a fleet to join, I am also a member of the fleet Access Denied and the sister fleet Nortem. We're always looking for players, old and new, to join us. We're quite big, and I think we're one of the oldest as well. I was lucky to have been invited in 2 years back. Absolutely wonderful fleet. Look us up if you're interested. Yeah. That's Access Denied for Federation and Nortem for the Klingons. Once again, I have been your host, the Looney Welsh, or you may call me Geth. Thanks for tuning in, and I shall post on social media whether or not I'm going live again during the week. But tune in next weekend for the further misadventures of Stonks the Packled. Bye for now.